Hey, this is Steven Lawrenson from States, and you're watching Front Row Live.
Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment, hanging out with Steven of States. How's it going, man? 4 days into the tour. How's it so far?
It's good. It's real good. We've only done 2 shows so far, and unfortunately had to cancel the last one because we're all under the weather already, which you try to get at least like 2 to 3 weeks in the tour before getting sick, but we got sick about 2 days in, so we're all trying to rest up. But the show's been great. Everyone's super sweet. Rock Summer. We've known Bryce for years, and good friend, and just genuine guy and great artist, and so we're super excited for the tour. And Mindy's known some of the Scene Aesthetic guys for a while. Just met them a couple days ago, and they all seem just great dudes and cool music, and yeah, I'm excited.
You just recently signed to Tooth and Nail.
Yeah.
So how did that come about? I know you guys have previously been with them through your previous bands, right?
Yeah. Copeland, which a few of us were in prior to States, signed to Copeland, signed to Tooth and Nail.
That's a new label coming out.
New, yeah. We stopped as a band, but we're going to make a label called Copeland for the last record that we did. And so we just had a really good relationship with them, and just, we all just really hit it off with everyone there and kept in touch. And we tracked the States record in Seattle, which is where Tooth and Nail is based out of. And actually at the studio that most Tooth and Nail bands track at with a guy named Aaron Sprinkle. And so Ebel, who's the head of Tooth and Nail, he'd kind of come in and out of the studio and hang out with us, and was a big fan of the record and was excited. And we kind of talked about doing stuff, but he knew at the time we were kind of doing it on our own and just kind of seeing where it's going to take us. And then we just kind of opened the door, and he started throwing in some ideas that we really were kind of into and excited about, and yeah, just kind of fell back into it. So I'm excited.
And how was it before Tooth and Nail? How was it, doing stuff on your own? You guys were on pretty big tours for being a brand new band, and how was that going back from being on a big label before?
Sure, yeah. Lots of pros and cons. I think none of us expected how hard it was going to be. After, I was with Copeland for about 5-6 years, and the rest of the guys were doing it for almost 10, and most of that has always been on a label. And so over time you get kind of comfortable with it and kind of always have that person to call and get used to it. And then starting doing it on our own, we're like, oh, we don't have that person to call. We don't have that money to do that. We don't have this, we got to figure out different ways, which was fun and frustrating at the same time. But the pro is, we had complete control and got to do things maybe a little more creative and do it on our own time. And, it was enjoyable. It was a good learning process, but I think we're all excited to, do the label thing again, especially with Tooth and Nail. It's just different. They're not just suits that, see dollar signs. We have a great relationship with them and trust them, and that was the biggest thing, Yeah, a lot of the industry, I think, is just kind of, people don't really give a shit. They want the money and in and out, and, so to find people that really, I think, believe in you and, just want to be a part of the team and build something. So, and, I think we really have that with them, and probably should have done it sooner. So, yeah.
And then now you guys are going to re-release the album.
Yeah.
What, you guys are bringing in new songs with this record, or how different is it going to be?
It happened real quick. The deal, or just talking and contracts and everything, and we really wanted to just get it kickstarted for the summer. So it just happened really quick, and then we're like, we need additional content and everything. So we had a few things kind of lined up that we were going to release outside of it anyways, just some remixes and demos of the songs, and then we were working on a couple new tracks. So we're going to put those on it too. I think there's 2 or 3 new tracks. One of them we actually wrote and recorded the day before we had to send to them. Brian and I wrote it in the middle of the night, and then I sent it to Mindy the next morning, and she came over later that day and tracked vocals. We're like, yeah, let's put it on it. So it's actually maybe my favorite thing on it, though. So yeah.
Which song is that?
It's called Brighter Lights.
What is it about?
Might want to ask Mindy that lyrically. But musically, it was actually a riff that Brian and I toyed with years ago, just kind of sitting there on a couch. And I completely forgot about it and just tracked it late one night and sent it to Brian. And this is cool. It's a little more, I think, Copeland-ish than more states. But I think it's cool, like, because Mindy's vocals on it, it's a lot more whimsical and kind of darker and eerie, and I think it shows a side of states that people haven't seen yet. So I'm excited.
And then now Mindy with Lydia, she was a keyboardist.
Yeah.
Wasn't up front.
Yeah.
How was that transition for you guys? I mean, did you guys have to teach her a lot? Did she already know what she had to do?
I mean, to be honest, we all had to learn a lot. I mean, Mindy, I think, had the biggest, you know, because, I mean, for years she sat in a little bench on a piano and sang harmonies and off the side, and now she's having to, you know, dance around and sing and talk to the crowd, and so it's a huge step for her. And writing-wise, I mean, she didn't write a ton for Lydia, and now she's writing, you know, pretty much most of all the vocals and lyrics, and so it was really big. But for us too, like, it's a completely different style of music, and it's definitely a little more, I guess, rock and pop, and I don't even really know how to play a lot of it. Like, I mean, even in the studio, I remember we were tracking it, and I mean, with Copeland, our previous band, it was just very mellow, and, like, you know, I played little twinkly notes and made people go to sleep. And we were tracking one of the, now I gotta wake them up. Now I gotta move. And I don't know how to do that. And we were in the studio tracking, playing like one of the big, like, poppier songs, and just big chords. And our producer was like, he's like, all right, you're doing it well, sound good. He's like, but stop playing like a little boy and play like a man. I'm like, all right, fair enough. Apparently I gotta beef this up a little bit.
Nice.
So, yeah.
You guys have been promoting Time Bomb for quite some time. Will we be looking for another new single?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When doing it on our own, we didn't really have a single, really, and we've been promoting that song mostly just because we all really like it. It's one of our favorites off the record, and this girl, Stacy, who's a friend of ours, liked it and did cool art, and so she made a little stop-motion video for it. So that's a big reason why we were kind of pushing that one. But now that we're doing Tooth and Nail, we haven't picked a single, but I feel like we'll probably want to do a video, and it'll be another song, but nothing's been decided yet.
Any more tours for you guys coming up, or you guys are going to focus on this one?
Focusing on this one, and then afterwards, I mean, we'll probably start writing soon, even though we're going to re-release this. You know, I think all of us are itching just to do some new stuff again. And then it looks like August we'll be back out on the road doing another tour. Okay. Yeah.
Cool. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thanks for hanging out. Be sure to catch them on tour. Tour just started, so you have no excuse. And check them out, stacymusic.com, right? Yep. And June 19 is the drop for Room to Run.
Yep, re-release.
Check them out, Front Row Live, and we'll see you guys soon.